Hello, hello. My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. I have been solving data sufficiency problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 12th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 273. Data sufficiency questions number 9. This is the tag that you want to use. If you're searching for any particular question, just type in the problem number data sufficiency. It's DS for data sufficiency as opposed to PS, P as in Peter, S for problem solving. I have the problem solving questions on the YouTube as well. I follow the same format. Just type in any particular problem that you want to look for and hopefully it will be there. Anyway, the problem that I'm about to solve is number 9. Let's take a look at it. Since this is a data sufficiency questions, before I do any work at all, I'm going to write down my chart here, A, D, B, C, E. These are my options. It's going to be either, the right answer is going to be either out of first column or the second column. In other words, if I rule out A, that also kills D. If I rule out B, that also kills C and E. If you have not watched the introduction yet to the data sufficiency questions that I put on YouTube, watch the intro. GMAT 12E data sufficiency intro. Watch that and hopefully you will get something out of it. Well, let's read the question. If Pat saved $600 of his earning last month, how much did he earn last month? So we know that he saved $600. The question is, how much did he earn? That's the question. And let's look at the first statement, see what they give us. In the first statement, they tell us that he spent half of his earning last month for living expenses and saved the third of the remainder. There you go. Not save the third, you have to be read carefully. Not that it matters here, I'll tell you why it doesn't matter here, because in these questions we don't actually solve for the bloody thing. We just have to be quick enough to realize that it can be done. The question here is not, well, even though the question is how much did he earn, but we don't actually have to figure out. All we have to answer is, all they're asking is the information that we're giving you in the statement 1 enough to answer the question that we are asking in the top? How much did he earn? They're not actually asking you to solve the exact precise figure of how much he earned. Nobody's asking you for that. So let's look at it. So he spent half of his earning for living expenses, half for living expenses, and of course in the real exam I wouldn't be doing all of this thing, I'm just doing it for your sake here. And then he spent a third of the remaining amount, third of the remainder that he saved. And after written all of this thing, I hope that you're able to see right away that the first statement is enough. The first statement is sufficient to answer the question, to figure out how much he earned. Because you see, they tell you third the remainder he saved. Well, third of the remainder, a third of the remainder was if he spent half of his money for living expenses, half was left. Half of his income, oh jeez, I don't know where R came from. Half of his income, let's call it I, there you go. So that tells me that third of the remainder was half of the income because he already spent half on the living expenses. So the leftover was half and he saved a third of it. So this is the amount that he saved and we know that that equals 600. And of course we can solve this equation for I, the income. Very easy. We don't have to do it in the real exam, but it can be done, of course. But multiply both sides by 6 and you're done. I must be 6 times 600, because if I multiply this side by 6 and this side by 6, this 3 and this 2 will cancel out. There you go. So the bottom line is, it can be done. This part I'm doing it just for the learning purposes, nothing else. So the first statement is enough. The first statement is enough by itself. That tells me that the right answer, whatever it is, has to be either A or D. It can't be B, C, or E. I like it when the first statement works. I love it when the first statement works, because if it works, I know that I have a 50% chance to be right. I'm going to be right half the time. Even if I were to start making wild guesses at that point, even if I don't have the time to analyze the second statement, or if the second statement is too difficult to analyze, even if I were to pick one at random, I have 50% chance of being right. It's going to be either A, which says 1 by itself is enough, or D, which says either of them will do the job. Let's look at the second one. Let's see if second one does the job as well. Second statement tells us that of his earning last month, Pat paid twice as much in taxes as he saved. So they tell us the taxes that he paid was 2 times of his saving. Well, that bloody well does not help us, does it? No, it does not. This is the amount of taxes that he paid, and we are told that there is 2 times of the amount of savings. All that tells me is that he paid $1,200 in taxes. But that is not going to answer the question, how much did he actually earn? The second statement, you have to erase from your mind all the memory that you have from the first statement. Look only at the second statement. And does that tell you how much did he make that last month? No, it does not. All it tells me is that he paid $1,200 in taxes. And how do I know that? Because they tell me that in the problem that he saved $600. So taxes are twice as much. But it is not going to tell us how much he actually made last month. So second statement is worthless. Second statement is useless. The answer is A. That's all. The answer is A. There you go. That's all. That's how simple it was. Sometimes you get lucky. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do face-to-face tutoring, obviously one-to-one private tutoring. I also tutor over the telephone, and I also do tutoring over the internet through Skype. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, or to help you with any aspect of your preparation for GMAT, I do the entire exam. Go to my website at www.prep.gmat.com and send me an email. Or you can go to www.keshwaniprep.com and send me an email. Alright? I'll see you in the next clip, number 10. We're going to get in a double digit. The goal is to go all the way to number 174. That's how many there are. Slowly but surely we'll chugging along. We'll keep chugging along. Alright? Thanks.